Hello everyone, Mike here, and I want to talk about why I can't quit Apple. So as you can see, iPhone here. So I want to run through quickly the products that I do have from Apple. I have the 10s Max, I have the Apple Watch Series 4, Apple Music, Apple TV, I have the AirPods wireless charging, and also I'm still using my MacBook Pro that I bought in 2014, 2000 mid 2012 model. I upgraded the RAM, it's about 16 gigabytes, and I upgraded the hard drive to an SSD. It's still running pretty good. The new MacBooks have had issues with the keyboard and overheating and such, and they're really expensive. Like I have an i7, like this is an i5, so I basically got the highest specs you can get. Other than I didn't get a 15-inch. I think 13 inches is good enough. But I got an i7 and I upgraded the RAM 16, right? And then I did have the 500 gigs. And it was still like under $1,500. But now if you did all that, it's like over $3,000. It's crazy. Like they're getting a little bit out of control. But I want to talk about why I can't really leave regardless of that. And number one is the products last. Like I've had this MacBook for like 5 years. I still have my iPod from like middle school. So the products last, or at least they did. 10 years from now, I mean, who knows? But I mean, I don't like for the iPhone. I tend to buy. I had the 10 before this, but then I went from the 6S to the 10, right? And I typically don't upgrade like every year. Like I only if I were to have to upgrade. So I mean, I plan on keeping this phone for at least a couple years, and usually I do that with all my iPhones. I keep it for a few years, and they still work fine. With my Android, I've had several Androids. I've had several PCs. I went through like 4 PCs in like 2 years, and I decided to get the MacBook, and it's lasted me. With the iPhone, I've had Androids like before I had the iPhone, and within a year or so, you can upgrade it more. Within a year or so, it crashes basically. But with the iPhone, I every year or every several years, basically, when I go to upgrade, I'm able to sell my old iPhone and I'm able to buy a new one because it holds its value and it still works fine. So that's another reason why I can't really quit Apple. The products work seamlessly with each other. So when I got the AirPods, I opened them up and they immediately connected to my phone, and I clicked the button, yes, I want to connect, and they connect. And then when I open these things up, put them in my ear, they connect to my phone immediately. So they work really well with the iPhone, obviously. They are Bluetooth, so they would work with an Android, but they work well with the iPhone. They, like with my Apple Watch, I like to play music a lot. So if I'm not, you can change the song with, you can tap the AirPod, basically. Hit it twice. You can change the settings, but you can tap it twice. That's one of my things. It would, if you don't want to like hit your ear a couple times to change the song, it would be nice to have some controls like on the actual AirPod, right? But it is nice to be completely wireless. Like you have these things in your ear, and your head basically can float freely because there are no wires. Because I used to kind of have, it was technically wireless, but I still have like a headset on around my neck. So these are truly wireless. But if I don't want to try to change the song with the AirPod, I can change it with my Apple Watch. So, like I mentioned, I have Apple TV. I can also tap a button on my watch, turn on my Apple TV, right? And also, if I'm playing music through my Apple TV, because you get like the iTunes, Apple Music on your Apple TV, you can change the song with your Apple Watch as well. So if I'm on my phone and I add a song to my playlist and I hop on my Apple TV, that song will automatically appear, or if I add it from my computer and then I get in my car, it'll be on my iPhone to play in my car. So that's really nice. If I'm on my MacBook, there's like a button, like a computer icon. I can click living room, right? And I can connect my computer to my Apple TV remotely. I have no wires going from my computer to my TV, but yet the picture, so this entire screen will show on my TV, and also the sound will play through the speakers, through the sound system. So it's pretty nice. I mean, to get this with the Apple TV, I mean, you can get the Fire Stick from Amazon for, when it's on sale, you can get it for $25. This is $149, so it's a little bit more expensive. But it is really nice to have the Apple Music and then be able to control that. Like, I can control it with my Apple Watch, and then I can remotely showcase my screen once I select the Apple TV. And it's just really nice. I mean, everything works well with each other, and the products last and hold value. So there's some things to complain about with Apple. I think they took a little bit of a hit with Steve Jobs, and it's very sad what happened, and they definitely have had some turmoil, and like I mentioned, the products are getting more and more expensive. So I hope that they try to get more innovative and maybe cut down on the price, because I do think they're not putting out products that are amazingly better than the products they used to put out, right? But yet they're charging like double what they used to. So that's one of my issues with Apple. But ultimately, I said, at the end of the day, I don't think I'll be able to leave Apple. Everything works well with each other, and ultimately I am happy. So that's that.